There are 81 yeas, 18 nays. The bill is reported as is passed.
The Senate votes. Now the House is next. For a second straight night, members of Congress are on overtime to reopen the federal government and keep paying the nation's bills.
Once this agreement arrives on my desk, I will sign it immediately.
And you're looking live right now at the House chamber where the members are voting. Backers of the compromise want to get this bill passed as quickly as possible so that President Obama can sign it before midnight tonight.
Good evening, everyone. If the 35-page bill is signed before the midnight hour, hundreds of thousands of federal workers are expected to be back on the job tomorrow.
Midnight is also the deadline for extending the government's ability to borrow money under a newly increased limit on the national debt. The deal worked out by Senate leaders avoids any major changes to the new health care law, a defeat for the Republicans who fought to amend and delay the law. It funds the government through January 15th, delaying the threat of another shutdown until after Christmas and New Year's. And the next debt ceiling deadline will be February 7th. One other item in the bill, no pay raises for members of Congress next year. Tonight, both sides are putting their different spins on this temporary settlement.
This was pain inflicted on our nation for no good reason, and we cannot make the same mistake again.
The answers are not going to come from Washington. Washington is broken, but the answers are going to come from the American people. And so, Mr. President, I am today encouraged.
Wall Street celebrated by buying stocks and pushing up their prices. The Dow jumped more than 205 points in the belief an economic crisis has been avoided. By one estimate, the shutdown cost the economy $24 billion.
As expected, the only senators to vote against the bill to restart the federal government and raise the debt ceiling were Republicans. Here's how our local lawmakers voted. First up, Florida's two senators. Democrat Bill Nelson voted for the bill, while Republican Marco Rubio voted against it. Georgia's two Republican senators both voted to pass the measure. We'll let you know how our local House members voted as soon as those results are in.
The partial government shutdown has been painful for a number of local people, government employees and others who have not been able to work or get paid for more than 2 weeks.
Tonight, we spoke with a single mom who has been hoping for this Washington standoff to come to an end, though she's still not sure what happens next.
It is a relief because I've just been sitting here depressed that I can't work.
The U.S. Senate's vote to reopen the government and raise the debt ceiling couldn't have come sooner for single mom Tiffany Lasco.
I make less than $12,000 a year, and I don't know if I'll be able to pay my bills in a couple weeks.
This housing and urban development contractor was forced to use up her paid time off from her job to cover just some of her furloughed hours, while the back and forth on Capitol Hill lasted more than 2 weeks.
I've only been working there a year, so I only have 8 days for paid time off. So once that's up, then if they don't pay us for that time that we were off, then I won't be paid.
Because Tiffany's dealing with an emotional disability, waiting out the government shutdown by finding a new job hasn't been an option.
And I feel like the people that should be punished aren't being punished. We're being punished, and we don't deserve it.